If you've used a Minecraft PvP client like Badlion or Luna on Hypixel before, you're probably familiar with the Level Heads mod, and if you're a regular player, chances are you probably use it. In this video, I'm going to be telling you why you should stop using the Level Heads mod, and how you can literally become better at the game by turning it off. Finally, before I start, please consider leaving a like and subscribing if you find this helpful, but of course, you won't know that until you've watched the entire video, so with that said, enjoy. Like I mentioned earlier, Level Heads is a mod included in most mod packs like Luna and Badlion as a Hypixel exclusive mod that allows players to see other players' Hypixel levels above their heads. Most players who have it turned on use it to make a small judgment of how good their opponents are, so if they come across super high leveled players, they can re-queue to avoid having to face them in games such as Bed Wars and Sky Wars. This is called queue dodging, and there's always been a small controversy around whether this is an unfair advantage in game. However, Hypixel has allowed the use of this mod, and in the end, there isn't any real harm done through using it. So if you can do all this with the Level Heads mod, why would I be telling you to turn it off? Well, it can all be summed up in one word: intimidation. Think of it this way: would you rather fight a level 1 Steve skin named Salad Bowl 6598 or a level 200 Eagle skin with a 4-letter PvP name and all the Luna cosmetics available? For most of us, we'd probably choose the level 1 Steve, and if we were in a game and saw the level 200 Eagle skin coming towards us, we might try to avoid that fight. Although we may not actively admit it or notice it, sometimes seeing higher leveled players can scare us, and for players who aren't as confident with their abilities or who are just still learning how to get good, seeing high leveled players is really intimidating, and I know for a fact that intimidation can cause you to panic during fights and not play to your best abilities. I personally dealt with this myself, as I talk about in my video about the Sky Wars struggle, so if you want to learn more about my story with this issue, you can go and check that out. But what it all boils down to though, is that once I realized this was an issue and turned the mod off, I almost instantly saw results. You might not notice yourself playing any worse going against higher leveled players, but chances are if you feel more nervous going up against them, there might be a tiny slip up that affects your gameplay that you don't even notice. When I turned off Level Heads mod, I found myself going into every fight I did with the same mindset. I didn't judge anyone because of their level, and treated all my enemies the same. I strongly feel like having this mindset of viewing all players you fight as the same really helps your gameplay consistency. Without that level judgment, there's no way to be scared of another player before you fight them, and I think that this mindset can really benefit a lot of people. Another thing you might want to consider if you're really struggling with confidence is turning off client-side cosmetics. I know in Luna Client there is a section in the settings where you can just go and turn them off, and once that's done you would have eliminated just about every possible thing in your control that could intimidate you in game. Of course, this is a pretty extreme measure, and for most players it's probably not necessary, but I'm just putting it out there in case anyone feels like they might benefit from it. Finally, I know that for a lot of more experienced or confident players, there's a good chance that none of this would be an issue, and that's completely fine. If you're confident enough that you feel like you're not going to feel more confident from turning Level Heads off, that's your decision. I'd just like to raise one more point though, that if you're on Badlion or on Forge and using the Skier Hypixel mods pack, you might want to turn Level Heads off since it's just straight up inaccurate. Players can actually change what level shows on Badlion Level Heads as well as the Skier Level Heads, so it's not really worth having it on in the first place. As for Luna, I don't think this is possible to my knowledge, but for the sake of not feeling intimidated by opponents, I'd still highly recommend turning it off. Anyways, that's all I have for this video. Hopefully you found this useful and will proceed to turn Level Heads off and start seeing the difference. If you did enjoy, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. It really keeps me motivated knowing that people are enjoying my content. Anyway guys, like I said, that's all I have for this video, so thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.